subscribe, like the video, and, if possible, join Patreon. But if you don't have much money, you can support the channel by watching the novels on euroaudiobooks.com. Remember that you can participate in the polls so that your favorite novel gets published for free.
Second. Talent. Hidden endless talent. Endless talent? Each time you level up, your talent level increases by 1. You get a new talent every 10 levels. Skill, /white, LV.2, 2-stage/white, LV.2. Consumes 10 mana points, attacks the target twice at an extremely fast speed, each time causing physical damage of 70% of its own attack power. After reaching level 9, the experience points required for further upgrading have reached 600 points. But that's not the point. Each level only increases the experience value limit by 100, which can be said to be a very small increase. The point is, after Gu Shaoshang's blood-sucking talent was upgraded to SSR level, even its name changed. It became ultimate blood-sucking. In terms of effect, there has been a revolutionary change. Not only did the attack blood-sucking rate double again to an astonishing 80%, even the automatically recovered health value has reached 10%. 10% per second. Even if Gu Shaoshang does nothing, he can restore his health to full in 10 seconds. It is indeed an SSR level talent. It's so powerful that it's like cheating. One more level, and it will be level 10. Gu Shaoshang muttered softly. This sentence may sound like nonsense, but actually what Gu Shaoshang cares about is that when he reaches level 10, he will get a new talent. To be honest, the SSR level ultimate blood-sucking talent serves more as an auxiliary to improve Gu Shaoshang's survivability. It doesn't help much with his combat power limit. It would be perfect if the new talent generated when reaching level 10 could directly enhance Gu Shaoshang's combat effectiveness. Even if it is an F-level talent, Gu Shaoshang can upgrade it slowly. Upgrade it to SSR level. After upgrading, killing the violent prairie wolf again could only bring Gu Shaoshang 1 experience point. To reach level 10, you need to kill another 600 frenzied prairie wolves. It's a bit uneconomical. Gu Shaoshang shook his head, turned around, and retreated directly to the safe zone with him, and found Lin Youyu, who had been following him. Xiaoyu, adjust the ratio of experience points to 91 points. Gu Shaoshang said. Okay, brother Gu. Lin Youyu nodded without asking why. After adjusting the experience value distribution ratio to 91 points, Gu Shaoshang once again rushed out of the safe zone. This group of prairie wolves still rushed forward fearlessly. Gu Shaoshang is now terrifyingly strong. There is no fear of the attacks of these prairie wolves. The wolf claws and fangs biting on Gu Shaoshang's body could only cause him 2 or 3 points of damage. At the same time, Gu Shaoshang would only be attacked by 6 or 7 prairie wolves at most, and this was already the limit. If there were more, there would not be enough space to accommodate them. How much blood does Gu Shaoshang suck per second? One sword absorbs 104 points of blood. This is in addition to the 13 points that are automatically restored every second. The blood recovery frequency is as high as 117 points per second. What can these prairie wolves use to kill him? Experience +1. Experience +13. 1 point of experience value belongs to Gu Shaoshang. The minimum valid experience value is 1 point, or there's none at all. For example, if Gu Shaoshang goes to kill prairie wolves during the day, he will not get any experience points. But as long as it exists, the minimum is 1 point. The experience points of 13 belong to Lin Youyu. The violent prairie wolf at night could have given her 14 experience points, but after deducting 1 point, it would be 13 points. Lin Youyu already had 35 experience points. These are obtained by learning how to make blueprints and activating the biological atlas. And now, she could gain 13 experience points almost every 3 or 4 seconds. Gu Shaoshang had just dealt with 5 violent prairie wolves. Lin Youyu has been upgraded. Eva leveled up. Lin Youyu jumped up happily, then looked at Gu Shaoshang, who was still fighting bloody outside the safe zone. Her beautiful eyes filled with admiration. Brother Gu is too awesome, isn't he? But why do those people say that F-class heroes are trash? Lin Youyu couldn't figure it out, so she curiously clicked on Gu Shaoshang's character panel. wanted to see how strong Brother Gu was now. The result is this look. Lin Youyu was shocked instantly. Chapter 19, So F-Class Heroes Are Really That Weak? The end. A huge creature in the dark. CH-19. SSR level ultimate blood-sucking talent. Isn't Brother Gu's talent an F-level blood-sucking talent? How did it become an SSR level in the blink of an eye? Lin Youyu opened his mouth so wide that he could fit an egg in it. He looked surprised, as if he had seen a ghost. Gu Shaoshang never thought of hiding the fact that his talent would be upgraded from Lin Youyu. Firstly, as the summoner who summoned him to the battlefield of all races, Lin Youyu can directly view his character panel, except for the unknown talent, endless talent, which comes with hidden abilities. Lin Youyu can see all other information at a glance. Secondly, the two of them were together day and night, so there was no way such a thing could be kept secret. Otherwise, how could Gu Shaoshang, a hero with F-level qualifications, become increasingly powerful? Is this reasonable? Anyone with eyesight will have the same question. However, Gu Shaoshang did not expect that it would take Lin Youyu so long to realize this problem. Until his blood-sucking talent was upgraded to the ultimate blood-sucking talent. He went from F-level garbage to SSR Golden Legend. Only then did I remember to check Gu Shaoshang's character panel. Then I scared myself. Lin Youyu was indeed frightened, because she had seen Gu Shaoshang's character information when she summoned him to the battlefield of all races the day before yesterday. At that time, she remembered that Gu Shaoshang's talent was the same as his qualifications, both of which were F-level. In fact, a hero's talents usually come with his qualifications. The talents of F-level heroes are generally also F-level. Only a very small number of heroes will experience talent downgrades or upgrades. But even if it is downgraded or upgraded, it will only fluctuate within one level, and the probability is extremely low. And there is no possibility of downgrading the talents of F-level heroes, because grade F is already the lowest. Previously, Lin Youyu discovered this situation when he watched everyone discussing their initial heroes in the regional chat channel. For most people, the heroes have the same level of qualifications and talents. Among 10 million people, there are probably only 1 or 200 initial heroes whose talents do not follow their qualifications. Some are lower, some are higher, but the probability of this is extremely low. After all, there are only 1 or 200 of them out of 10 million people. It's a really small probability. But what is the situation with Brother Gu now? Lin Youyu's little head was full of question marks. How can an F-level talent become an SSR? If all heroes are like this, then will there still be garbage heroes? But it's clear, this is Gu Shaoshang's unique special case. Not everyone is the same. Otherwise, those people have already discussed this issue in the chat channel. No one said anything, which means naturally no one has encountered this situation. No wonder they all say that F-class heroes are rubbish, especially when their innate abilities are also F-class, which makes them the worst of rubbish. Lin Youyu slapped her head and finally realized that it wasn't the others who had problems, but her own problem. Before, she was wondering why everyone belittled F-class heroes so much. It's obvious that Brother Gu is very strong. As strong as the forest tiger is already at the top level among wild beasts. He can still be killed by Gu Shaoshang. But in the chat channel, other people have been complaining that their F-class heroes can't even defeat a beast. He also needed the help of the summoners to barely save his life. Except for bullying those gentle herbivores. No one else can beat it. Lin Youyu always felt that these people were exaggerating, pretending to be pitiful. Now it seems they are so pitiful. After silently apologizing for his previous thoughts, Lin Youyu stared with shining eyes at Gu Shaoshang, who was killing people outside the safe zone in front. So handsome. Lin Youyu's eyes were full of admiration. Brother Gu is so strong. It's a pity that Brother Gu is limited by his F-level qualifications. Otherwise, he would definitely be even stronger. Lin Youyu felt inexplicably regretful. I don't know if the qualifications can be changed. It must be possible, right? After all, this is the battlefield of all races. Doesn't that mean everything is possible? Lin Youyu thought. Gu Shaoshang couldn't remember how long he had fought with these prairie wolves. All he knew was that prairie wolves kept rushing towards him and then fell down the next second, recurring. He didn't stop until it lasted for a long time, and there were no more prairie wolves rushing towards him fearlessly. Gu Shaoshang raised his head and took a look. In the darkness in the distance, a large group of prairie wolves were retreating madly. It was as if something terrifying had appeared. Boom! At this time, the earth shook. It was like a dragon turning over. Gu Shaoshang was shocked and quickly retreated back to the safe zone. Only then did he feel much more at ease. Boom! The vibration under my feet is still felt, and it feels very rhythmic, as if some giant creature is walking. Brother Gu, Lin Youyu hurried over and looked at the darkness outside the safe zone with some fear. There's no telling what terrifying monster is hiding in the pitch-black darkness. The ground beneath my feet kept shaking, but that huge movement was moving away. In fact, I was not close to it in the beginning, but the sound was too loud, so I could hear it so clearly. And now, as a few minutes passed, the huge footsteps that sounded like a giant walking finally faded away. Never hear it again. The two people who had been holding hands finally breathed a sigh of relief. He must have left. He was just passing by. Gu Shaoshang lowered his head and said to Lin Youyu, who was standing beside him, with a worried look on his face, "Well, Brother Gu, you were so brave just now." Lin Youyu also smiled at this time and praised Gu Shaoshang. "It's just a group of prairie wolves. If it was a group of forest tigers, I wouldn't be able to kill them indiscriminately like that." Gu Shaoshang said modestly. In fact, now that he has the ultimate blood-sucking talent that has been upgraded to the SSR level, Gu Shaoshang can still kill them indiscriminately even if he faces a group of violent forest tigers. Pity, the giant creature that just passed by scared away the group of violent prairie wolves. Gu Shaoshang glanced at his own level. It is still level 9, but the current experience value of level 9 has accumulated to 420 points, and it is only the last 180 points away from reaching level 10. By tomorrow morning, it shouldn't be a problem to reach level 10. Chapter 20, Preparing to Move House. A natural hiding place. Tuilim Cave, CH 20. Brother Gu, our fur is all piled up, look. Lin Youyu pointed to a pile of furs that she had neatly stacked on the ground in the safe zone. These were collected from the wild animals that Gu Shaoshang had hunted in the past 2 days and just now. There are thousands of them. Besides, there's also a lot of animal meat. The majority of them are wolf meat. No way. The creatures that Gu Shaoshang kills the most now are prairie wolves. We can't use all these furs for now, and your backpack can't hold so many things. I don't know why there is no complete trading system in this battlefield of all races. Gu Shaoshang shook his head. There was no problem with piling these things in the safe zone, but the novice protection period will end tomorrow. They couldn't possibly carry such a huge pile of furs with them on the road, could they? This is too cumbersome. Yeah, that's what I mean. Lin Youyu nodded and started to complain as well. Brother Gu, are you tired? Sit down and rest for a while. After complaining for a few words, Lin Youyu pulled Gu Shaoshang to sit down and rest, and reached out to take a bottle of water and handed it to him. Speaking of which, in the past 2 days, Lin Youyu found that many people in the chat channel said that they had found information about treasure chests, but it seemed that no one had found a treasure chest of bronze level or above. And still a very small number of people. Most people have never even seen the shadow of a treasure chest. Even eating and drinking water is a problem now. When I think about the living environment of those people, and then look at my own, Lin Youyu suddenly felt that he was quite happy. Gu Shaoshang took a few sips of water and then looked at Lin Youyu beside him. Go ahead, what do you want to ask? He said directly. Hearing this, Lin Youyu smiled awkwardly and then asked curiously, Brother Gu, how come your talents suddenly became SSR level? Gu Shaoshang knew that she wanted to ask about this. However, Gu Shaoshang didn't expect that Lin Youyu had really just discovered it now. It's quite a hindsight. It didn't change suddenly. In fact, I've already discovered it in the past 2 days. Every time I level up, my talent level will also increase by 1 level. Until I reach level 9 just now, my talent level has finally reached SSR level. Gu Shaoshang explained to Lin Youyu. Wow, this is amazing! Lin Youyu exclaimed in surprise. a look of disbelief. In this world, there are situations where talent level increases along with one's own level. So when Gu Shaoshang reaches level 10, his talent will already be at SSR level. Will it be upgraded further? In fact, Gu Shaoshang himself has also thought about this question. Theoretically, the highest level of talent is SSR level. So he guessed that his endless talent could only upgrade other talents to SSR level at most. Going any higher is unlikely. After all, endless talent you are at an unknown level above the SSR level. It's impossible that its other talents can also be upgraded to an unknown level. This is obviously unlikely. After learning about the changes in Gu Shaoshang's talent, Lin Youyu has been in an excited mood. Certainly, what excited her was not just Gu Shaoshang's SSR level talent. It was also because after 2 days, she finally upgraded. And it was upgraded to level 7 in one go. Lin Youyu, level 7, experience value, 0/700 HP, 250 mana, 250 strength, 25 constitution, 25 agility, 25 spirit, 25 free attribute points, 12 physical defense, 25 elemental resistance, 25 attack speed, 1.25 per second, fastest moving speed, 7.5 meters per second, critical hit, 150%, innate ability, immortality. Immortality, SSR, you have 100 chances to revive every day. Go and give them away, girl. Skills, none, hero unit. Unknown swordsman, F. Lin Youyu, who is at level 7, has all his attributes up to 25 points. It has far surpassed Gu Shaoshang. Besides, she still has 12 free attribute points to add, basically gaining 2 free attribute points for each level up. Upgraded by 6 levels, 12 more. Lin Youyu now doesn't know which direction he should develop in. And I don't need her to fight for the time being, so after thinking about it, I decided not to add her for now. After all, although she has surpassed Gu Shaoshang in all attributes. But if we really talk about combat power, she is not as strong as Gu Shaoshang. It is also an SSR level talent. Lin Youyu is very clear about how much change an SSR level talent can bring to a person. For example, she, at this stage, even for a long time in the future, there is no one or monster who can actually kill her. You can only kill her a few times. But do you want to kill Lin Youyu 100 times in one day? That possibility is too low. Almost zero. After all, Lin Youyu can be resurrected on the spot. She can randomly resurrect in a safe place nearby, or even set a resurrection point in advance, and then resurrect directly at this resurrection point. So, theoretically, as long as Lin Youyu sets up a few more resurrection points that are far apart from each other, she will never be completely killed. The moon sets in life, and in the blink of an eye a night has passed. This night was the last time that the humans from the blue planet could sleep peacefully. Starting today, the novice protection period is about to end. Tonight will be extremely difficult for them. Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu got up early in the morning. Because they had sufficient resources, Lin Youyu made another sleeping bag last night, so that 2 people no longer had to squeeze into one sleeping bag. Get up, wash up, and have breakfast. Breakfast in the morning was hamburgers. I haven't finished eating the burger I opened from the bronze treasure chest yesterday. Gu Shaoshang ate too. After Lin Youyu's upgrade, his appetite seemed to have grown a bit. Finished the whole one. Let's go check out the place we found earlier today. If there are no special circumstances, we can temporarily set up camp there in the near future. The place that Gu Shaoshang was talking about was a natural shelter that they found when they went out hunting yesterday. I thought it was pretty good when I watched it yesterday. Not only is it hidden enough, but the space is also quite large. I just don't know what's going on today. If there is no major movement around the natural shelter for 2 consecutive nights, it should be certain that it is safe. Brother Gu, wait for me. Lin Youyu took some necessary things with him, then caught up with Gu Shaoshang in front of him, and the 2 of them walked towards the slope in front together. Half an hour later, the 2 arrived at the place. In front of us is a small river, flowing from north to south. Its source is deep in the redwood forest in the north, and the end cannot be seen from the grassland. On the other side, in the southernmost part, there is a cliff which forms a waterfall and flows into the sea. Gu Shaoshang and his group were in the middle of the river. There is a height difference of 5 or 6 meters in front of you, forming a small waterfall. There is a pond under the waterfall. It is about 20 meters in diameter, not very big, and the deepest part is only about 3 meters. The edges are mostly shallow, and you can walk directly through the water without the water reaching above your calves. And a natural shelter that Gu Shaoshang and the others were talking about. In fact, it is just behind this small waterfall. It was also discovered by Lin Youyu by chance yesterday. Chapter 21, Entering the Northern Jungle. Terrifying beasts. The lions are all afraid. Sage 21. Take a close look around you. There are no signs of damage. Even the footprints of wild animals are rarely seen. Gu Shaoshang walked to the high slope in front and looked around from a high vantage point. Only a few giant rabbits could be seen occasionally, and not even a single prairie wolf could be seen. It might be because Gu Shaoshang killed too many people last night. He thought to himself. Coming down from the high slope, Gu Shaoshang nodded to Lin Youyu and said, "The situation is pretty good. If there are no accidents, we can move here tonight." "Well, then we'll start moving in the afternoon." Lin Youyu nodded and said, "Let's talk about moving in the afternoon. The most important thing now is to let Gu Shaoshang reach level 10 first." Therefore, Lin Youyu changed the distribution of experience points to give them all to Gu Shaoshang, not taking any for himself. She also wanted to see if there would be any new changes to Brother Gu's SSR level talent after he upgraded again. When you reach level 9, you won't get much experience points from hunting those beasts. In addition, the SSR level talent gave Gu Shaoshang enough confidence. Therefore, he discussed it with Lin Youyu, and the two decided to go directly to the redwood forest in the north to take a look. No ferocious beasts have been found on the outermost grassland in the south, but there must be some in this redwood forest in the north. Go all the way north. This was the first time the two of them walked in this direction. The closer you get to the redwood forest, the more you can feel the enormity of these giant redwood trees. When you look at them from a distance, they just seem very tall. But wait until you get closer to look. It's like a huge monster. There are huge redwood trees. Standing under the trees and looking up, you can't see the end at a glance. The average height of these redwood trees is at least over 100 meters, and some are particularly tall, even as high as 200 or 300 meters. The diameter of the trunk at the base can exceed 20 meters. It's so big. Fine, these are just normal trees, not some plant-like monsters. Otherwise, it would be really hard to imagine a giant tree 2 or 3 meters high standing up and turning into a tree man. It's scary just thinking about it. Walking into the redwood forest, Gu Shaoshang found that it was not as gloomy as it seemed from the outside, because the leaves of redwood trees are not the broad type, and the trunks are huge and the trees are far enough apart. The sunlight from the sky can fully shine into the forest. However, the two had to stop after walking for a while. "Brother Gu, is that a ferocious beast?" The two hid behind a tall redwood tree and secretly looked at a huge creature lying on the ground and eating not far away. It was a giant beast covered in scales. It is more than 1 meter tall when lying on the ground. Its body is gray, and its hard cuticle is similar to that on the back of a crocodile, but its head looks like a lion, and it even has a lion-like mane. It looks like a combination of a lion and a crocodile. At this time, Lin Youyu also took out a survival manual from his backpack and opened it to the last page of the biological illustrations. Crocodile lion, level 10-20, generally distributed near areas with water sources. It is a low-level beast with a ferocious temperament. It turns out this thing is called crocodile lion. Gu Shaoshang nodded and took a look at the level of the crocodile lion. Level 10, just stuck at the threshold of the ferocious beast. It turns out he's a goalkeeper. He thought to himself, level 10 is good. If the level is higher, Gu Shaoshang will have to retreat with Lin Youyu. Then change location and go deeper into this redwood forest to look for other ferocious beasts. Xiaoyu, stay here. If I need help, I'll call you over. Gu Shaoshang turned around and said to Lin Youyu beside him, "Well, Brother Gu, be careful." Lin Youyu nodded obediently and said. Then, Gu Shaoshang walked out from behind the redwood tree, holding the unsheathed black scabbard long sword in one hand, and slowly walked towards the crocodile lion in front. Hiss! Snap! Snap! The crocodile lion used its sharp teeth to tear apart the flesh of the corpse in front of it and swallowed large mouthfuls of delicious fat meat. Just then, the crocodile lion that was originally eating suddenly stopped, then slowly turned its huge head to the side, and a human figure was reflected in its pair of dark golden vertical pupils. The IQ of ferocious beasts is slightly higher than that of ordinary wild beasts, but it is only slightly higher. Therefore, the crocodile lion stood up after just a moment of curiosity and then roared at the human in front of it. Roar! The roar of the crocodile lion is more like that of a lion. A crocodile would never roar like that. Seeing that he had been discovered, Gu Shaoshang simply rushed forward. Seeing that the human in front of him was not scared away by him, but instead accelerated and rushed towards him, the crocodile lion also felt that his dignity was challenged. Humans are nothing but blood food for these ferocious beasts. Where does the courage come from? The next second, the crocodile lion pounced on him at an extremely fast speed in an instant. The sharp claws flashed a few cold lights in the air, and then one claw slapped Gu Shaoshang's arms that were blocking. Bang! Gu Shaoshang was instantly blown away by a huge force. He flew about 6 or 7 meters away before landing on the ground and slid for a distance before stopping. Hiss! Gu Shaoshang took a breath of cold air. I feel like my arms are going to break. 50 health points were directly deducted. It exceeds 1/3 of Gu Shaoshang's upper limit of health. This was because he blocked it with his arm. If it hit his chest directly, it would deduct at least 70 or 80 points of his health. Half my life is gone. Fortunately, the next second, Gu Shaoshang's health began to recover at a rate of 13 points per second. Just 2 seconds. The arm that just felt like it had broken bones has now recovered. The crocodile lion opposite seemed a little confused. It looked at its paws. Then he looked at Gu Shaoshang in front of him. This human, why didn't he die? Just when the crocodile lion was wondering why he failed to kill the human who dared to challenge him with one claw, Gu Shaoshang had already recovered the lost 50 health points. Then he rushed up again with a grin. This time, Gu Shaoshang didn't plan to block. He planned to trade injuries with this crocodile lion. Hiss! The crocodile lion roared and tore open the flesh on Gu Shaoshang's chest with one claw. Gu Shaoshang also slashed the crocodile lion with a sword. Health minus 75. Health plus 104 overflow. The scales on the crocodile lion gave it a strong defense, so Gu Shaoshang's sword certainly did not cause much damage to it. But the same thing, its claw did not cause any substantial harm to Gu Shaoshang, not even as much blood as he sucks. Chapter 22, Level 10. The third talent. CH22, Edge of Forest. The man and the beast were fighting each other in a battle that was completely devoid of skill and beauty. Lin Youyu, who was hiding behind the redwood tree, couldn't help but grit his teeth, feeling so distressed for Brother Gu. She had died once. She still remembers the feeling of being killed by a single claw of that forest tiger last time. She was just hit. But at this moment, Brother Gu was being beaten every second. How painful must this be? Lin Youyu couldn't imagine how Brother Gu managed to hold on. She couldn't do it anyway. Brother Gu, come on. Lin Youyu, who was unable to go up to help, could only silently cheer for Gu Shaoshang here. A moment later, Gu Shaoshang finally seized the opportunity and stabbed a sword directly into the eye of the crocodile lion beast. Roar! The severe pain made the crocodile lion beast furious instantly. Its 2 claws slapped Gu Shaoshang madly and continuously. Bang! Gu Shaoshang used his left hand to block one of the claws that was heading towards his face, and before he was knocked away, he struck the crocodile lion beast with his sword. The lost health points are instantly replenished. SSR level talent is indeed powerful. If this was replaced with an SR level 1, Gu Shaoshang wouldn't dare to fight against this crocodile lion beast. The moment he landed, Gu Shaoshang rushed up again. What does it mean to kick a fallen dog? That's what Gu Shaoshang is doing now. The crocodile lion beast combat power was greatly reduced because it had lost one eye. Although there was no health bar in Gu Shaoshang's eyes, this crocodile lion beast was almost dead. So he rushed forward and attacked the crocodile lion beast frantically. The black-sheathed sword clanged and chopped on the crocodile lion beast, occasionally breaking through some weak spots in its scales and causing considerable damage to it. When its eyes were intact before, this crocodile lion beast would instinctively protect the areas not covered by scales to avoid further damage. But now that one eye is blind and its body movements are obviously not as coordinated, how can the crocodile lion beast care about so many things? Soon, bang. There was a loud bang. The huge crocodile lion beast fell heavily to the ground. You could tell it was still alive from its still rising and falling chest. But he was already dying. Phew, it's finally over. Gu Shaoshang also wiped the sweat from his forehead, then looked at the crocodile lion beast in front of him and stabbed a sword directly into its other eye, straight into its brain. Roar! The dying crocodile lion beast let out a final howl. Then there was a bang, and the head fell heavily. Experience plus 110. The fixed experience value of a level 10 crocodile lion beast is 100 points. Each level lower will increase the experience value by 10%. But at the same time, the higher the level, the less experience points will be. If it is one level higher, it will be reduced by 20%, and if it is 2 levels higher, it will be reduced by 40%. As long as you are 5 levels higher, you will lose all your experience points. Gu Shaoshang was only level 9, which meant he was killing monsters above his level. So in the end, you get 110 experience points. Now, I'm only 70 points away from upgrading. I can upgrade with any ferocious beast. Little fish. Gu Shaoshang turned around and shouted, "Here I come." Lin Youyu quickly ran out from behind the redwood tree. Wow, is this the ferocious beast? It looks scary. After Lin Youyu ran over, he first circled around the crocodile lion beast, then reached out and touched its scales. The hard feel made Lin Youyu feel like he was touching stone. Let's collect some and see what we can collect, Gu Shaoshang said. Hearing this, Lin Youyu also nodded. Then he used the gathering skill on the corpse of the crocodile lion beast. The next moment, the body of the crocodile lion beast disappeared. What followed was a pile of ferocious beast meat, skin, and bones. It directly occupied 3 grids of Lin Youyu's backpack space. Fine, she had emptied her backpack of everything that needed to be emptied before she came out. The only thing left is a survival manual, and the rest is a bronze treasure chest filled with some food and water. As for the black iron treasure chest at the beginning, it was decomposed by Lin Youyu using his gathering skills last night. Otherwise, where did the previous metal come from? Half an hour later, another crocodile lion beast was found by the two. Compared with wild beasts, ferocious beasts are obviously more scattered. And the crocodile lion beast is not a ferocious beast that likes to live in groups. Each time I found only one. But then again, if there were really 2 or more crocodile lion beasts gathered together, Gu Shaoshang would seem unable to deal with them with his current strength. The main reason is that the damage is not enough. Otherwise, with his blood-sucking speed, he can still fight. This time, with the experience of dealing with the crocodile lion beast the first time, Gu Shaoshang only took about 2/3 of the previous time to kill the crocodile lion beast. And he himself remained unharmed. If other heroes saw this, they would report Gu Shaoshang for cheating. How could an F-class hero fight a ferocious beast alone? Especially when its level is lower than that of the ferocious beast. Isn't this nonsense? Experience plus 110 swoosh. A golden light rose above Gu Shaoshang's body. Finally, level 10. Gu Shaoshang couldn't wait to open his character panel to check. First is experience points. After reaching level 10, the experience points for upgrading again still only increased by 100 points. This is good news. Gu Shaoshang had thought that there would be some changes after level 10. Now it seems that he was overthinking. Certainly, it could also be because he's just a little piece of trash with F-level qualifications. Besides, there's nothing much to say about the +1 to all attributes. Not much change. The upper limit of health points has only increased from 130 points to 140 points. What Gu Shaoshang really cares about is the new talent he acquired after reaching level 10. So after scanning the other attributes, his eyes fell directly on the innate abilities. Skipping, it is still the SSR level ultimate blood-sucking talent. This was not upgraded any more as expected. After all, there is no more room for improvement. Then, a new talent called amplified damage appeared. Still E-level. This made Gu Shaoshang very surprised. He actually encountered a low-probability event, and the talent level that appeared was one level higher than his aptitude. This means that he can upgrade this talent to SSR level faster. Damage enhancement, E. The damage caused by each skill you use increases by 10%. This talent doesn't look very good, but that's because it's only E class now. Wait until it levels up. At least when it reaches class C, there will be significant changes. Just like Gu Shaoshang's blood-sucking talent. It wasn't very good at the beginning. But what about now? One breath can suck up 80% of your health. It's a completely earth-shaking change. Chapter 23, Level 11. Forest of Suicide Fish Fighting Technique. CH23. And what made Gu Shaoshang happy was, this time, the new talent finally improves his damage ability. You have to know that what Gu Shaoshang lacks most now is damage. If the damage hadn't been enough, he wouldn't have needed to fight with the crocodile lion beast for so long. Although now, the damage amplification talent only increases skill damage by 10%. But this also gave Gu Shaoshang hope. He has already begun to imagine what it would look like after upgrading this talent to SSR level. Brother Gu, Lin Youyu ran over to dismember the dead crocodile lion beast, looked at Gu Shaoshang, who seemed to be standing aside in a daze, and called him several times before waking him up. Have you finished collecting? Gu Shaoshang turned his head and looked at the ground beside him. There was nothing but a large pool of blood. The original corpse of the crocodile lion beast can no longer be seen. Brother Gu, what were you thinking about just now? You were thinking so intently. Lin Youyu asked curiously. You can tell by looking at my character panel. Gu Shaoshang smiled and said, has the talent been upgraded again? Lin Youyu's eyes lit up, and he quickly checked Gu Shaoshang's character panel. But she soon discovered that the ultimate blood-sucking was still SSR level. Nothing changes. Huh, why is there an extra talent? At this time, Lin Youyu suddenly discovered that there was a new talent on Gu Shaoshang's character panel that he had never seen before. How can one person have two talents? Lin Youyu's head was full of question marks. Although this extra talent is only an E-level talent. But the shock this brought to Lin Youyu was even stronger than the last time she discovered that Gu Shaoshang's talent had changed from F level to SSR level. One is from nothing to something, while the other is just an increase in quantity. It is obvious which one is more difficult. And the original blood-sucking talent was only F level. But now they have become SSR level. If you count it this way, can this newly emerged E-level talent become a new SSR level talent in the future? Lin Youyu's jaw dropped in surprise. She raised her head and looked at Gu Shaoshang and said in a surprised tone, Brother Gu, do you have a new talent? Gu Shaoshang nodded. Will this talent also be upgraded? Lin Youyu asked. I think so, Gu Shaoshang replied. When Lin Youyu heard this answer, he couldn't help but be amazed. Having one SSR level talent and having two SSR level talents are two completely different situations. The gap between the two is extremely huge. Thinking of this, Lin Youyu suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, other people can't see your message, Brother Gu, otherwise it would be terrible, she said with a look of relief. Lin Youyu can see Gu Shaoshang's complete information because Gu Shaoshang is the hero she summoned from another world. The two are essentially one, but others are different. The most they can see is the level and qualifications of the heroes summoned by others. But there is more. You can't see it. To be honest, Gu Shaoshang was a little surprised that Lin Youyu could think of this. He thought Lin Youyu's main focus would be on why Gu Shaoshang suddenly had a second talent, but he didn't expect her to think about security and confidentiality issues so quickly. This is also Gu Shaoshang's own fault. I always subconsciously treat Lin Youyu as a child. After all, she looks too deceptive. Even though Gu Shaoshang knew that Lin Youyu was already an adult. But every time I see her, I always subconsciously ignore her age. I wonder if the crocodile lion beast is the only ferocious beast in the southern outer area of the redwood forest. After Gu Shaoshang's level was raised to 10, he took Lin Youyu to search for more ferocious beasts in the outer area of the forest in the next few hours. What they found were either crocodile lion beasts or some forest tigers. A majestic forest tiger outside. When it gets here, it becomes one of the main food sources for the crocodile lion beast. And the forest tigers that appeared here began to appear in groups of 3 or 4, or even 5 or 6. It usually consists of a male forest tiger and several female forest tigers. Occasionally, 2 or more male forest tigers can be seen traveling together. But it's rare. When he reached level 10, killing these wild beasts, even male forest tigers, could not bring Gu Shaoshang enough experience points. A female forest tiger has only 1 experience point. Male forest tigers are only slightly better, can give 2 points. Therefore, every time he encountered a forest tiger, Gu Shaoshang would ask Lin Youyu to adjust the experience value distribution ratio in advance. Give all the experience points to Lin Youyu. Lin Youyu, who is level 7, can still gain high experience points by killing forest tigers, and only when encountering crocodile lion beast. Only then would Lin Youyu adjust the way experience points are distributed, from around 7 in the morning to around 11 in the afternoon. More than 4 hours passed. Most of the time was spent searching for ferocious beasts. Not much time is actually spent on fighting. But this still allowed Gu Shaoshang's level to rise again to level 11. Damage enhancement. The damage caused by each skill you use increases by 20%. After the level is increased, the new talent will also be increased by 1 level. Arrived at D level. Level D damage amplification can increase skill damage by 20%. Still looks very ordinary. But Gu Shaoshang guessed that there would be major changes when it came to C level. The real transformation should be when the A level is upgraded to S level. In the morning, Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu killed a total of 11 crocodile lion beasts. There are 10th and 11th levels. I haven't encountered anyone above level 12 yet. Some fish died in the middle of the forest. He was ambushed by a crocodile lion beast. At that time, Gu Shaoshang was fighting with another crocodile lion beast, but unexpectedly he met Lao Lu, who sneaked to the other side and attacked the hiding Lin Youyu. This resulted in Lin Youyu's death. As a result, the angry Lin Youyu resurrected on the spot, hugged the crocodile lion beast, and stabbed it with a short knife. The crocodile lion beast was stunned. It has never seen such a reckless human being. The result was that Lin Youyu died several times in a row, and then waited until Gu Shaoshang dealt with the crocodile lion beast on his side and rushed over. The two of them worked together to kill the crocodile lion beast that had begun to doubt its life. The crocodile lion beast would probably never understand until its death why this human was so weak, but could not be killed no matter what. Little did it know that it had actually killed the other party several times. It's just that Lin Youyu will be resurrected and will stubbornly fight it on the spot. Chapter 24 Newbie Protection Period ends. Trading Market. Purple Skill Scroll. CH24, 1 p.m. This was the time 2 days ago when the humans of Blue Star were collectively thrown into the battlefield of all races. Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu, who had just returned to the safe zone, witnessed the disappearance of the safe zone with their own eyes. The originally transparent and invisible safety zone barrier suddenly became visible at that moment. Then the next second, the entire barrier suddenly shattered like broken glass, turning into a sky full of blue stars and gradually disappeared into the air. That scene is so beautiful, but I believe that countless humans on Blue Star who saw this scene were heartbroken at this moment. The safe zone is gone. This means that their last guarantee of safety is gone. Tonight, it is unknown whether we can live to see the sunrise the next day. Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu were in one of the rare situations where they were relatively calm. The two came back from the redwood forest and had lunch on the way. The main reason I came back this time, besides wanting to see how the safe zone disappeared, was to move. However, before they could start moving the supplies that were originally placed in the safe zone, a cold voice suddenly rang in the ears of all the humans on Blue Star. Congratulations! Survivors, you have successfully passed the novice protection period. There will be more difficult challenges waiting for you to conquer. Before that, you will receive a novice survival reward. At the same time, the trading market is open to you. Next, please continue to work hard to live. The cold voice disappeared, never appeared again. And all the humans on Blue Star who survived the novice protection period also received their rewards at this time. Bang! A red box that looked like it was stained with blood appeared in front of all the humans on Blue Star, accompanied by a burst of red smoke, and then fell heavily to the ground. Some people were quick-witted and caught it. What's this? Gu Shaoshang couldn't hear the sound just now, so he didn't know what it was. How come you suddenly appear? It's the reward for successfully surviving the novice protection period. Lin Youyu reached out and picked up the box on the ground, explaining, the voice that brought us here just now appeared again. He said that we survived the novice protection period, so we got this reward. It also opened a trading market for us, which should facilitate our long-distance transactions. Lin Youyu is not in a hurry to look at the trading market. What she's most curious about now is what can be found in the box in her hand. Brother Gu, do you want to give it a try? Lin Youyu looked at Gu Shaoshang and asked. Gu Shaoshang shook his head. He should just forget about playing with probability. This is not what he is good at. Come on, I believe in your luck. Gu Shaoshang said. Hearing this, Lin Youyu also smiled and nodded and said, well, I also think that my luck has always been pretty good. That's not just good, it's extremely good. Gu Shaoshang thought to himself. Open it and see what's inside. Gu Shaoshang said. Hearing this, Lin Youyu nodded, looking at the blood-red box in his hand with a serious expression on his face. The next second, Lin Youyu gently opened the box. Immediately afterwards, a green light mixed with a blue and a purple light came into the eyes of the two. Ding! You obtained a high-quality short sword, green one. You obtained exquisite cloth armor, green one. You got a pair of sturdy shoes, green one. You got 3 backpack slots. You obtained a magic tent, blue one. You obtained a skill scroll, purple one. 6 consecutive prompt sounds rang in Lin Youyu's ears, and then a large pile of things appeared in front of her. The dagger, cloth armor, and shoes, these 3 items are all green-grade equipment. They were neatly placed on the ground in front of Lin Youyu. There is also 3 backpack spaces, which directly expands her backpack capacity. From the original pitiful 9 squares, it finally became 12 squares, breaking through double digits. Brother Gu, look, it's a tent. Lin Youyu picked up a heavy box in front of him at this time. The box weighed at least 200 or 300 kilograms. That is to say, Lin Youyu's level has now increased, and his strength attribute has been greatly improved compared to the beginning, so he can lift the box. If it were at the beginning, let alone 200 or 300 kilograms. Even if it was 20 or 30 kilograms, she would still find it very difficult to lift it. Magic tent quality. Blue. A magical tent that will automatically assemble and build after use, with a space 3 times larger inside than it appears from the outside. The blue quality tent can not only be assembled automatically, but also has space attributes. This alone is worthy of its blue quality. Even Gu Shaoshang felt it was too low. That is a spatial attribute, after all. Certainly, this tent does not have much defensive capabilities, which is probably its biggest drawback. Moreover, it cannot repair itself. Once it is damaged, it means that Gu Shaoshang and his team will not be able to repair it for the time being. This is probably why it is only blue quality. After putting down the box containing the tent, their eyes immediately fell on the last item. It is also the highest quality item among the 6 items. A skill scroll of purple quality never seen before. Lin Youyu stretched out his little hand and picked it up. The scroll is not big, even a little mini. The surface has beautiful purple lines and a brown background. It looks like some kind of leather, but I don't know what kind of leather it is. Skill scroll, quality, purple. After use, you can obtain a random purple level skill. There is no probability. Lin Youyu pouted a little dissatisfied. Then he reached out and handed the scroll to Gu Shaoshang and stuffed it directly into his hand. Brother Gu, I'll give you this skill scroll. Lin Youyu said seriously. Don't refuse. Brother Gu's talent needs more skills, so it's most cost-effective to give it to Brother Gu. Gu Shaoshang took a look at the skill scroll in his hand. Although he knew that what Lin Youyu said was indeed correct, Gu Shaoshang's damage enhancement talent did require more powerful skills to cooperate. But among 10,000 humans on Blue Star, when faced with this situation, even if they know that giving the skill scroll to their original hero is the most correct choice, 9,999 of them will still choose to keep the skill scroll for themselves. But Lin Youyu is the exception. That's human nature. Human nature is very selfish because it is determined at the genetic level. It is the result of millions of years of evolution that has made living things instinctively tend to make selfish choices. Only people with great perseverance can overcome this human nature. If the same thing happened to Gu Shaoshang himself, he didn't dare to guarantee that he could do it like Lin Youyu. Gu Shaoshang looked at Lin Youyu deeply. He didn't say thank you. Saying thank you at this time would seem awkward. He just kept this matter in mind silently. Wait until he becomes stronger in the future. Nature will repay Lin Youyu 1,000 times over. Now that he has arrived at this battlefield of all races, Gu Shaoshang naturally wants to go to the top to see what the scenery there is like. And by then, he hopes that the girl in front of him will be the one to accompany him. Chapter 25 New Skill. Equipment Fusion. CH 25. A confused purple halo dyed Gu Shaoshang's hands into a psychedelic purple. After a while, the light faded and disappeared. Gu Shaoshang also heard a prompt about acquiring new skills. Ding! You use the skill scroll and gain a new skill, Blood and Key Like a Dragon LV.1. The next second after hearing the prompt, Gu Shaoshang opened his character panel to check the new skills. Blood Like a Dragon, Purple, LV.1. Consume 100 mana to bless the target with the Blood Like a Dragon buff, gaining a temporary state with a 50% increase in health limit, which lasts for 30 minutes. Seeing the introduction of this skill, Gu Shaoshang couldn't help but his eyes lit up. It is worthy of being a purple quality skill. It is much stronger than the white skill. Not only is the effect strong, the consumption is also terrifying. Level 1 requires 100 mana points. Fortunately, this is a buff skill. If it were a regular skill, Gu Shaoshang's pitiful 150 mana points would only be enough to use it once. Even so, Gu Shaoshang couldn't use this skill all the time. The duration of the dragon-like blood buff is 30 minutes, but Gu Shaoshang can only recover 1 mana point per minute. This means that it will take him 100 minutes to replenish 100 mana points. There is a full 70 minutes difference between the two. Over an hour. Fortunately, Gu Shaoshang doesn't need to maintain this skill all the time. Just use it before a fight occurs. And 30 minutes is definitely enough time for Gu Shaoshang to finish a battle. Overall, this skill is still very good. The only pity is, it was not the attacking skill that Gu Shaoshang expected, but increasing health by 50% can also greatly improve Gu Shaoshang's survivability. His ultimate blood-sucking talent, combined with a longer health bar, can bring out his greater advantages. Besides, skills that add percentage values will never go out of style. Brother Gu, how is it? Lin Youyu looked at Gu Shaoshang expectantly and asked, what kind of skill is it? Is it powerful? Seeing how anxious she was, Gu Shaoshang showed her the information about the new skills. Wow, this skill is perfect for your talent, Brother Gu, Lin Youyu said happily. This way, Brother Gu, you will be safer when fighting those monsters in the future. Gu Shaoshang's health points are now 150, increased by 50%, or 75 health points. This brings the upper limit of his health to 225 points, which greatly improves his safety. In the future, even if you encounter a level 12 or even level 13 ferocious beast, Gu Shaoshang could also rush up directly. Just don't knock out more than 90% of his health at once. For Gu Shaoshang, it means no injury. Having acquired new skills, both Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu were in a good mood. Immediately, Lin Youyu handed the 3 green quality equipment to Gu Shaoshang. As expected, the green quality dagger was directly swallowed by Gu Shaoshang's black scabbard longsword. Nameless longsword quality. Green, strength +2, agility +1. The quality of the black sheath longsword was also upgraded to green, with 2 3-point attributes added, and the other 2 pieces of green equipment. Gu Shaoshang tried to use his white swordsman robe to devour the cloth armor. The result was success. The cloth armor turned into a green light and sank into the white swordsman's robe, as if it had merged into it. Nameless swordsman robe quality. Green, constitution +2, strength +1. However, the sturdy pair of shoes was not swallowed up by the pair of shoes that Gu Shaoshang called for. In fact, Gu Shaoshang had also expected this, because the pair of shoes he had ordered were already a little damaged after climbing mountains and crossing rivers for the past 2 days, and they could not repair themselves like the white swordsman's robe. It's clearly not some magical device. So Gu Shaoshang simply threw away the pair of ordinary shoes without any attributes on his feet and put on this pair of green quality shoes. Sturdy shoes quality, green, agility +2, constitution +1. Change your equipment. Gu Shaoshang's physique, strength, and agility attributes all increased by an additional 3 points. With a 15 +3 physique, Gu Shaoshang's upper limit of health points reached 180 points. If you use the blood-like dragon skill again, the upper limit of health will reach 270 points. Recover 27 health points per second. One sword absorbs 216 points of blood. The total health recovery is 243 points per second. This survival ability is full of a sense of security. While Gu Shaoshang was tinkering with his equipment, Lin Youyu had already opened the newly opened trading market. Blue Star Area 621 trading market. Is it just a single area? Lin Youyu was curious whether the trading market would be open to a larger area in the future. For example, for all humans on the blue planet, it is even facing the entire battlefield of all races. But those are all things in the future. Lin Youyu doesn't need to think so much now. Then, her attention was focused on the public trading area of the trading market. In just a short while, many products have been put on the shelves. Lin Youyu saw a familiar mineral water bottle. But when you click on it, the description given by the trading market is plastic bottles filled with lake water instead of mineral water. Obviously, the person who put on the shelf was a little cunning. The bottle is a mineral water bottle, but the water inside is not mineral water that can be drunk directly. It's just ordinary lake water. It wasn't even that clean. Besides, Lin Youyu also saw many people putting products such as a piece of stone or a piece of branch on the shelves. It's all worthless garbage. Fortunately, the trading market can be filtered. For example, the category of items you want to buy. There are equipment classification, food classification, material classification, and so on. And those stones, branches, and so on before. All of them are classified into the other category by the trading market. Lin Youyu looked at it for a while and found that apart from the garbage, the most popular resources currently on the shelves were furs and other collected resources. Many people don't have blueprints, and these resources are like a burden to them. It's okay if the quantity is not large. It can be stacked in the backpack grid. But if the number increases, they will take up more backpack space. In the early stage, everyone only has 9 backpack slots, and no one is willing to use the precious backpack slots for these ordinary resources that are temporarily useless. Therefore, after the trading market opened, many people chose to put their excess resources on the market, even if no one buys it. It's also good to be a warehouse. Chapter 26, Moving into a New Home. A bunch of prisoners. Infinite Firepower Rescue, the weakest version? CH 26. After Gu Shaoshang closed his character panel, he saw Lin Youyu putting piles of furs on the trading market. There were thousands of furs and a large number of animal bones and other things. All of them were thrown into the trading market by Lin Youyu. As for the fur, Lin Youyu referred to the method of others and directly marked an absolutely inflated price. 1 fur can be exchanged for 10 furs. Only a fool would buy it, but she had no intention of selling it. I just plan to put it on the shelf and use it as a warehouse. Brother Gu, it's all done. Lin Youyu clapped his hands and said with a smile, I threw all these things into the market so that we don't have to move them there ourselves. Gu Shaoshang nodded, smiled, and praised Lin Youyu a few words. At last, Lin Youyu also threw the novice benefit, campfire, into the backpack, occupying a grid. The two looked at the open space in front of them. Then he turned and left. Half an hour later, Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu arrived at their new camp. Water Curtain Cave. Using 2 unfolded furs as umbrellas over their heads, The two took off their shoes, rolled up their trouser legs, and waded through the water. After passing through the small waterfall outside, a deep cave appeared in front of us. It was daytime now, and the light shone through the small waterfall behind us, so it didn't seem particularly dark here. Walking about 5 or 6 meters, the view suddenly became clear, and the original 2 or 3 meter passage suddenly turned into a cave with a diameter of nearly 20 meters. The ground inside the cave is all rock and quite flat. The top is about 4 meters from the ground, which is completely high enough. But it's a little darker in here than outside. It gets darker the further you go inside. So Lin Youyu took out the campfire from his backpack and placed it on the ground. After adding some firewood to the campfire, it burned instantly. The firelight made the cave much brighter. The orange light danced on the rock wall of the cave, casting 2 elongated shadows on it. Gu Shaoshang patrolled the cave and checked whether there were any safety hazards. After making sure that everything was all right, he returned to Lin Youyu's side. I checked it out. Nothing's wrong. Gu Shaoshang said. Well, then we'll live here starting tonight. Lin Youyu ran around happily and then used the short knife in her hand to carve a line of words on the rock wall at the innermost part of the cave. Lin Youyu's base number 1 Gu Shaoshang smiled when he saw this and let her mess around there. After inspecting his territory, Lin Youyu felt a little tired and ran back to sit down by the campfire. The stool is just 2 wooden stakes. Neither Lin Youyu nor Gu Shaoshang had the skill to make a chair with their bare hands. Therefore, before we get the corresponding drawings, we can only deal with it this way. Anyway, we have arrived at the battlefield of all races, so there is no need to be so particular. Some seating is good enough. Blue Star Regional Channel number 621, number of survivors, 9, 982, 664/10, 000, opens a regional chat channel. Lin Youyu wanted to see what other people got from their reward boxes. A lot of people died during the day. Lin Youyu glanced at the number of survivors in the current area and thought, fortunately, her talent is strong enough. Otherwise, I would have definitely become one of those dead people. Have you all found a new campsite? Still looking. I always feel unsafe everywhere. Just be content. I was thrown into the desert in the beginning. There is no safe place in this desert. Isn't it too miserable for the guy in the desert? I'm lucky and have found a suitable new campsite. I want to buy a bottle of water. I'm dying of thirst. I haven't had any water for more than a day. Can anyone sell me a bottle of water? I can exchange it for wood. Wood is everywhere, isn't it? What's its use? The above. Don't you know there is something called manufacturing blueprints? Wood has a wide range of uses, and many things require wood. Selling a pair of original stockings, only in exchange for meat. Cooked. Fuck. Is this woman crazy? I have cooked meat. Why would I trade it with you for a pair of torn stockings? Ahem. I see the transaction has been completed. Whose hands are so fast? Huh. I bought it. I exchanged a piece of meat for a pair of original stockings. I made a lot of money. Abnormal. The man below. No. Are you guys really buying it? If you guys have more meat, I want it too. Do you also have original stockings? Do you want stinky socks? Roll. Are these people sick? Lin Youyu looked at the messages scrolling in the chat channel with a frown on his face. She felt that the topic was going off the topic, so she quickly sent a message to prevent these guys from talking anymore and becoming unable to write. Lin Youyu, what did you get from the box you just gave me as a reward? A reward box? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. What kind of reward is this? Just give me a bottle of water and a piece of bread. I'm a B-level initial hero. What do I need from you? Haha. Is the B-level guy above here to make fun of me? The reward box can open a bottle of water and a piece of bread? I originally thought that I was unlucky to open a green axe, but now it seems that I am at least luckier than you. Skill scroll green / screenshot. No, buddy, are you serious? Zhao, it turned out to be a skill scroll. I am so envious that my heart is about to break. Why wasn't I the one who opened the skill scroll? The blue weapon in my hand suddenly lost its appeal. No, buddy, you don't plan to let us go. I really don't want to play anymore. Others either get green skill scrolls or blue weapons, but I only get a broken blank weapon, and it's rusty. I'm tired. Destroy it. You guys are really bad. You can get a blank weapon from the reward box. Just commit suicide. Go away. It seems that I am very lucky again. Lin Youyu looked at the group of people wailing and complaining in the chat channel, and then thought about the large number of things he had offered. It seems my luck is indeed a bit too good. But the next second, Lin Youyu didn't care anymore. After all, good luck is her thing. You are also lucky to have the ability. After resting for a while in the new camp, Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu set out again for the redwood forest in the north. A few hours in the afternoon, starting around 2 o'clock and ending around 4:30. 2.5 hours. Finally, Gu Shaoshang reached level 12. At the same time, the damage-enhancing talent was also upgraded to C level. Damage enhancement. See the damage caused by each skill you use increases by 40%, and skill consumption is reduced by 40%. Upgrading the talent to C level not only increases the increase in skill damage, and it also adds an effect of reducing skill consumption. It's quite cruel to reduce it by 40% right from the start. Is this the ultimate weakened version of unlimited firepower? Gu Shaoshang thought as he looked at this talent. Chapter 27 Magic Tent. The third late battle of the 10,000 races. CH27. Around 5 p.m., Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu, who rushed all the way back, finally returned to the new camp before dark. Light a bonfire. The fire lit up the cave. At this moment, the sky outside was gradually getting dark. Night is coming. Inside the cave, the firewood was crackling in the campfire. The orange-yellow firelight illuminated every corner of the cave, which was more than 300 square meters in size. At this time, Lin Youyu took out the magic tent that he had opened from the reward box during the day. The box was placed on the ground, and then Lin Youyu gently pressed a brass buckle on the front of the box with his fingers. As the brass buckle popped open with a click, Lin Youyu quickly took a few steps back. At this time, the lid of the box popped open, and then a large piece of blue and yellow cloth and some thin sticks flew out of the box. Under the guidance of some mysterious force, they completed a certain combination directly in midair. Wow, it's flying. Lin Youyu clasped his hands together and watched the scene with shining eyes. Soon, a tent with blue and yellow colors was successfully built. It was fixed at the back of the cave. Not far behind is the innermost rock wall of the cave, and not far in front is a burning campfire. Gu Shaoshang sat by the campfire, using a thin metal stick in his hand to pierce a few fist-sized pieces of meat and roasting them over the campfire. The metal stick is actually a blank weapon, but neither Gu Shaoshang nor Lin Youyu could use it, so it was used as a barbecue skewer. Don't say. It's quite useful. At least it's much better than branches. The branches also have to worry about being ignited by the flames. But the metal stick is not afraid. Apart from the annoying heat conduction, there are no other disadvantages. Brother Gu, look. Lin Youyu, who was not far away, shouted loudly, asking Gu Shaoshang to go and see the tent that had been set up. Gu Shaoshang directly stuck the barbecue in his hand towards the campfire, then stood up and walked over. Brother Gu, hurry up. Lin Youyu, who couldn't wait to go in and take a look, grabbed Gu Shaoshang's hand and dragged him into the tent. He lifted the curtain at the tent door. The next second, the two people's vision suddenly became much broader. When viewed from the outside, the tent is about 20 square meters in size. Compared to a tent, this size is already large. But when you actually walk in, you'll find that the space inside is much larger than it appears from the outside. It was mentioned in the previous introduction that the interior space of this magic tent is 3 times larger than it appears from the outside. Simple words may be difficult for people to have an intuitive feeling. So it wasn't until the two of them actually walk into the tent that they realized that the 3 times size mentioned in the introduction was really that big. The entire tent has a space of nearly 60 square meters. The key is its top is still very high. The distance between the top and the bottom is about 6 meters. This is too high, even higher than the ceiling of the cave outside. And there are curtains inside to separate the areas. The outermost area is a living room-like area. It even has furniture in it. Although it was just some simple furniture, it did feel a bit unexpected to the two of them. After all, at first none of them had thought that the tent would come with furniture. The living room outside is about 20 square meters in size. There's a table, chairs, and even a bookshelf. But there is no book on it. Then walk in and there are two rooms, one on the left and one on the right. There is a recessed area between the two rooms, which is also a small room and a bathroom with a large bathtub where you can lie down and take a bath. Coming to a place like the battlefield of all races, it is already difficult to survive. But can you believe that you can actually take a comfortable bath here? Wow, there's even a bathtub. Lin Youyu looked surprised. In fact, she had wanted to take a bath for a long time these 2 days, but she had not mentioned it because she had not had the conditions. Although every time you upgrade, it actually comes with a purification effect. Not only will it heal your injuries, but it will also cleanse your body. Therefore, the two people who have been upgrading in the past 2 days can keep their bodies very clean without taking a bath, and they're even cleaner than simply washing or soaking. But for many people, taking a bath is not just for cleaning the body, it is more of a psychological effect. It's like you're obviously quite clean, but if you don't take a shower for a while, you will always subconsciously feel that you're not clean anywhere until you take a shower once. Then you feel refreshed again. Not to mention, some people may also suffer from misophobia. Fortunately, neither Lin Youyu nor Gu Shaoshang has any problem with misophobia. Even though Gu Shaoshang's face was covered in blood, at most, you just need to rinse it with water. There is absolutely no need to wash over and over again to feel clean. The bathroom was the first surprise. Then, the two bedrooms are the second surprise. The two bedrooms are about the same size and have similar interior layouts. It's just a simple bed, a magic lamp hanging above your head, and a small desk and chair placed opposite the entrance. The furnishings in the room are simple. But in a place like the battlefield of all races, having an independent room like this can make people's tense spirits relax. There's a faint feeling of warmth flowing in my heart. I like this room. Lin Youyu was quite satisfied with his room. I can sit here and write something before I go to bed tonight. She sat in front of the small table in the room and said to Gu Shaoshang with a smile, "Brother Gu, what do you think about me writing a diary? I can record the things we experienced in the 10,000 races battlefield." Sure, Gu Shaoshang had no objection to this. He himself was too lazy to write a diary, but if Lin Youyu had this idea, he would support it. Then I'll go to the market to see if anyone is selling paper and pens. There are all kinds of things for sale in the trading market now. There are all kinds of weird things, only you can't think of them, and there's nothing that is not available in the trading market. There are even some photos that need to be censored. I don't know where they got their cameras. Could it be that it came from a treasure chest? Can this thing come out of a treasure chest? Lin Youyu quickly found the paper and pen he wanted in the trading market. She only used 2 500-gram giant rabbit pieces to get it. Things like paper and pen are of no use in the battlefield of all races and may not be as useful as a piece of stone, and the people who sold them probably opened them from treasure chests. Certainly, it is not ruled out that it was opened from a previous reward box. But no matter which one it is, all we can say is that she is very unlucky. This can be seen from the fact that the other party is willing to exchange these things for 2 pieces of raw giant rabbit meat. This guy's life is also very difficult. Chapter 28, the number of survivors is decreasing. This place is hell. CH 28, the night was late. In the cave, Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu were eating the freshly roasted meat of the ferocious beast. The meat of ferocious beasts tastes much better than the meat of wild beasts. If the giant rabbit meat tastes like chicken, but without the fishy smell after being roasted, then the beast meat tastes a bit like steak after being roasted. It's top quality beef, even if it is simply roasted and eaten without any seasoning. The taste is also great. Lin Youyu ate 2 large pieces in one breath. She used to have a hard time eating a piece of barbecued meat that was as big as a fist. But now, after eating 2 large pieces of barbecue, she didn't feel full at all. She even drank half a bottle of water before burping contentedly. However, compared to Gu Shaoshang, Lin Yuyu's appetite is only average. Gu Shaoshang ate 6 fist-sized pieces of barbecued meat before he felt full. After eating and drinking, the two sat by the campfire and chatted. Lin Youyu took out a bag of lollipops, gave one to Gu Shaoshang, and then ate it happily. In the cave, the firelight reflected on the faces of the two people. It made both of their faces look a little red. At this time, the howling of some wild beasts were heard outside the cave. Some of the calls even seemed to be coming from not far away from them. Don't be afraid. I'm here. Seeing that Lin Youyu looked a little scared, Gu Shaoshang reached out and gently held her little hand, comforting her. Yes, I'm not afraid as long as Brother Gu protects me. Lin Youyu smiled and nodded, but her body subconsciously moved closer to Gu Shaoshang. Awoo! Outside the cave, there was a sound of wolf howling. Shouts came one after another from all directions. In the distance, one could even hear some terrifying roars and vaguely sounds like explosions, but they were too far away to be clear. At this time, Lin Youyu also opened a regional chat channel in order to divert his attention. Blue Star Regional Channel No. 621. Number of survivors. 9, 980, 034/10, 000, compared to daytime. The number of survivors has decreased by more than 2,000. And Lin Youyu noticed that the number of people in stock was decreasing at a speed visible to the naked eye. The number was more than 9.98 million the previous second. The next second, the price plummeted by hundreds or even thousands. Lin Youyu was immediately frightened by this. Although this looks like just a string of numbers, behind this string of numbers are millions of humans on the blue planet. And every decrease in the number means the death of a life. Brother Gu. Lin Youyu suddenly raised his head and looked at Gu Shaoshang beside him. What's wrong? Gu Shaoshang looked at her puzzledly. So many people died, and the number of survivors is decreasing. Lin Yuyu's voice was trembling. In the past, several thousand people would die in a day, or maybe just over 1,000. But now, the number of deaths every second is comparable to the number of deaths per day in the previous 2 days, or even more. How many have died now? Gu Shaoshang's expression also became solemn. He didn't care about the lives of those people on Blue Star. To be honest, he was not from that world. Gu Shaoshang didn't particularly care about the lives of a group of complete strangers. What really concerned him was the meaning behind the situation. Gu Shaoshang had guessed this before. After the novice protection period ends, will the difficulty of survival in the 10,000 races battlefield increase again? Is the so-called novice protection period really just the difference of having an additional safety zone? Now that he heard Lin Youyu say that the number of Blue Star humans in their area was decreasing rapidly, Gu Shaoshang already had a vague answer in his mind. At this time, Lin Youyu also glanced at the number of survivors. Tens of thousands of people have died, she said in a serious tone. It's only been a short time since dark, and tens of thousands of people have already died. So after this night, there shouldn't be many people left in their area, right? Keep watching, mainly to see how the others are doing. If anything happens, remember to tell me immediately. Gu Shaoshang hurriedly said to Lin Youyu. On their side, because of Lin Youyu's European status, the place they first landed in was a relatively safe place, at the edge of the land where they are now. Generally, such places are either extremely dangerous areas or extremely safe areas. Obviously, they belong to the latter. Therefore, the specific situation of the area where they are currently located is of no reference value based on their situation. It depends on what other people are doing. Well, let's go check it out. Lin Youyu nodded vigorously. Then the attention was focused on the information that was scrolling frantically on the regional chat channel. As attention is focused, the speed of scrolling information also slows down a lot. This is also a special feature of chat channels. It makes it convenient for people to view the information in the channel. Otherwise, in just a small area, there are already tens of millions of people chatting at the same time. If this enters a large area, or even faces the entire battlefield of all races, how crazy will the scrolling of information be? By then, how many people will be able to see clearly what everyone has posted? Who will save me? There are monsters breaking through the door of my shelter. Zhao, my original hero died, but luckily I killed the mad beast before I died. Woo woo woo. Help! Something invisible is chasing me. Crazy. They are all crazy. Is this what the outside of the safe zone looks like at night? No, I left the safe zone 2 nights ago, but I swear the situation was definitely not as horrible as it is now. Why do I feel like there are suddenly more ferocious beasts around? Forget about that. The difficulty of survival after the novice protection period has definitely been increased. Or, this is the normal situation. The difficulty was lowered for us before. Almost 100,000 people have died. I feel like I'm almost done for. My original hero can no longer hold back those mad beasts. It was okay to encounter a mad beast. I chose a tree hole as a shelter, but I was suddenly surrounded by a group of flying beasts. Now I can't get out at all. Haha. All of you die. I'm so angry. Another one has gone crazy. Are all the shelters you guys chose so bad? Why is everything so peaceful here? The person above is still making sarcastic remarks at this time. Don't you have any heart? Ha ha. This is hell. So this is hell. Chapter 29, The Sky is Bright. 1 million people died in one night. The cruel truth. CH29. In the regional chat channel, countless people were wailing and crying about their experiences. Some people even made their last words before dying, claiming that they had come to the real hell. This moment, countless people were silent, but more people are still making their final desperate struggle. In the cave, the firewood in the campfire was still crackling and burning. The expression on Lin Youyu's face was unprecedentedly solemn. She described to Gu Shaoshang what she had seen, and Gu Shaoshang frowned when he heard it. Sure enough, during the novice protection period, there are not only safe zones, but also areas where humans from Blue Star are present. I'm afraid that the number of wild beasts and fierce beasts has been reduced relatively. This also confirms Gu Shaoshang's previous guess. Although the situation here is not bad, people like them are only a very small number of cases in this area at present. More people. Tonight may be their last night in the battlefield of all races. Even if you're the lucky one who draws an A-level hero in the early stage, you may still die tonight if the location of the shelter you choose is not good enough. Brother Gu, there shouldn't be any problems here, right? Lin Youyu said with some concern. Gu Shaoshang looked at her, shook his head slightly, and said, "Don't worry. Our situation here should be considered relatively safe in the entire area. There are only some groups of wild beasts around us at most. Even if they find this place, I have the ability to stop them from breaking in. The destructive power of wild beasts is limited. Unlike ferocious beasts, they can easily break monuments and shatter rocks. The natural environment of this cave means that if wild beasts outside want to break in, they have only one way to go. Therefore, Gu Shaoshang has absolute confidence that no matter how many wild beasts come at one time, he can keep them all out by himself. Certainly, if it were a ferocious beast, there would be nothing we could do. The only way is to pack up and run away. After all, the mad beasts at night are much stronger than those during the day. Gu Shaoshang could defeat a level 10 crocodile lion beast even if he was fighting 2 of them alone during the day. But at night, even in a one-on-one situation, the game can become very tense. Not to mention fighting 1 against 2. Fine, there are no ferocious beasts around them. Some are just wild beasts. The small waterfall outside helped them to cover up the smell in the cave so as not to attract the attention of these crazy beasts at night. That night, many people died in all areas where humans lived on Blue Star. When the first ray of sunlight shone on the eastern horizon, the light dispelled the darkness, and the wild beasts and ferocious beasts that had become extremely crazy at night. As daytime approached, they all dispersed. Countless Blue Star humans hiding in the shelters were frightened the entire night and didn't even close their eyes for a minute. At this time, as the sky brightened, their hearts finally settled down. Finally, I made it through. Many people breathed a sigh of relief. Their tense nerves relaxed, and then their vision went dark and they almost fainted. The southernmost coast of Area 621. There are towering cliffs here. Looking around, you can see a vast expanse of green scenery. At this time, in the cave behind the small waterfall, after a comfortable night's sleep, Lin Youyu stretched lazily and sat up from the bed. In the room, the magic lamp was still on. I could hardly hear any noise outside the tent. The first thing Lin Youyu did when he woke up was to open the regional chat channel to take a look at the number of people alive at that time. Blue Star regional channel number 621, number of survivors, 520 314/10 000 000 when a string of numbers came in her eyes. Even though he was mentally prepared, Lin Youyu still couldn't help but cover his mouth in shock. More than 4 million people died in one night. This is the death toll in their area. Imagine if so many people died in every area, then how many humans on Blue Star died last night? Over 4 million times 1,000. An answer that even an elementary school student can easily calculate. A full 4 billion. That is nearly half of the total population of Blue Star. And this had only took one night. Lin Youyu couldn't help but feel horrified after coming to this answer. More than 4 billion. Those are more than 4 billion human lives, not ants. Even for ants, 4 billion is an extremely terrifying number. Certainly, the conclusion of more than 4 billion was guessed by Lin Youyu based on the situation in the area where he was. Probably not that many, actually. Maybe the Blue Star humans in the area where she is are generally weaker? If this is the case, then the number may be reduced to more than 2 billion, or more than 1 billion, or even several hundred million. But even so, that is also a pretty horrific death toll. Has there ever been a disaster on the blue planet that killed hundreds of millions of people overnight? Never. By the way, let's see how everyone in the chat channel is doing. Lin Youyu quickly entered the regional chat channel, and a large amount of information instantly appeared in front of him. Obviously, everyone got up very early. Or in other words, I basically didn't sleep all night. Wow, I thought I was dead, but I actually survived. Great, I'm still alive. Last night was a tough one. Fortunately, the shelter I found was well hidden, so I managed to get through last night. Have you noticed the change in the number of people surviving in the area? More than 4 million people died last night. I've seen this before. This situation should not be limited to our area. All humans from the blue planet should have encountered a similar situation last night. Wow, I want to go home. I miss my mom. Stop crying. I'm so tired of crying. What's the point of crying? The most important thing now is to find a way to improve your strength as soon as possible. Only when you are strong can you continue to live in this hellhole. Actually, have you ever thought about one thing? What? Stop pretending to be a riddle teller upstairs and tell me now. Let me explain. It's actually very simple. The people who died last night were basically the weaker ones in our group, with the exception of a few unlucky ones. Yes. I discovered this morning that several people I know died last night, and without exception, they were all heroes at level E and F, and none of them had talents above level D. Several people I know are like this too. It's the same for me. I have a relative who lives in the same area as me. We had a private chat a long time ago, but last night he sent me a message asking me to take care of his girlfriend. It seems that everyone has realized that this is just like raising insects. The weak ones are eliminated and the strong ones survive. So those of us who survived are all strong. Chapter 30, the newspaper group, warms up. The lone wolf's path to death? CH30, is this really the case? Lin Youyu looked at the judgments of these people in the chat channel and couldn't help but feel depressed. If that is true, that's too cruel. Is it true that people who draw low-level talents and low-level heroes at the beginning really have no chance of survival? Lin Youyu felt that things should not be so absolute. So she continued to read on. My initial hero is only E-level. I can only say that the above person is good luck, but good luck will not always be with you. Brothers, I am Lu Qingyuan. My initial hero is an A-level elemental mage, and my own talent is also A-level. Now I plan to form an offensive and defensive alliance. I sincerely invite all friends whose talents and initial heroes are above C-level to join. If you're interested, you can chat with me privately. Lu Qingyuan? Are you Lu Qingyuan, one of the top 10 young talents of Dragon Country? The eldest son of the Lu group? My talent is B-level, and my initial hero is C-level. I have sent you a private message. Please take a look. Me. I'm joining in too. I've finally figured it out. There's no way to survive in this place alone. Only by sticking together can we survive longer. Count me in. I also have a level talent, but my initial hero is a little bit inferior, only B-level. A little off? B-level? Is this what the boss said? How can this be? What about those of us who are unlucky and didn't draw good talents and heroes? Can you give me some convenience? I will be very obedient. The avatar above seems to be a beautiful lady. So what if she's a beauty? This is the battlefield of all races. People will die. At this time, do you stinky men still want to use your little heads to control your big heads? This, as expected, people of the same sex are enemies. Are you targeting them now? Have you ever thought about one thing? This place is called the battlefield of all races, which means that there should be many other different races besides us humans. So what? The species needs to reproduce. You can't just rely on us now, right? You have to think about the future. So I think it is necessary to protect more women with excellent genes. I am embarrassed to expose you above. Are you trying to say that you are one of the women with excellent genes? You should be protected, isn't it? I'm not seeking benefits for myself. I'm speaking up for the majority of female compatriots. Forget it. You can't represent us women. Why not? I think this sister is right. Didn't you guys call us goddesses before? How come you can't even protect a goddess now? Lin Youyu silently closed the regional chat channel. There is no need to read on. Really, no matter what time period humans are in, internal strife is unavoidable. Even at this critical moment, they were still arguing. Lin Youyu was speechless, but she also noticed that those who had previously said they wanted to form an alliance never spoke again afterwards. Maybe they all went to the private chat channel to discuss specific matters. After all, forming an alliance is not something that can be accomplished with just a few words. First, the biggest difficulty. How can these people gather together? If we can't even meet, then the so-called alliance will become a joke. Do we really have to stick together to survive? Lin Youyu hugged his little quilt and fell in a deep thought. Outside the tent, Gu Shaoshang, who had gotten up early, was practicing sword. He wanted to try and see if he could learn any skills. I don't need skills at the purple or orange level. Even if you can comprehend a white grade skill, it would be good. Isn't it said that everything is possible in the battlefield of all races? Pity. After practicing for a while without any response, Gu Shaoshang finally accepted the fact that he was not a super genius with extraordinary comprehension. Forget it. I'll get a skill scroll next time. After putting away the black-sheathed sword, Gu Shaoshang turned his head to look towards the tent. I saw the curtain of the tent being lifted. Lin Youyu walked out of the tent with a somewhat depressed look on his face. Brother Gu. When seeing Gu Shaoshang, Lin Youyu also greeted him in a soft voice. What's wrong? Are you in a bad mood? Seeing her like this, Gu Shaoshang also opened his mouth to ask. Hearing this, Lin Youyu shook his head, then looked at Gu Shaoshang and said, Brother Gu, more than 4 million people died in our area last night. Now everyone in the chat channel is discussing this matter. They think this is the 10,000 races battlefield actively eliminating the weak ones. But I think the 10,000 races battlefield shouldn't leave those people without even a glimmer of hope. Maybe the battlefield of all races has been given to them, but they just didn't seize it. Gu Shaoshang was not as sad as Lin Youyu. When he heard that more than 4 million people died last night, he was only slightly surprised. As for the survival of the fittest, actually, they are everywhere. It's just that the battlefield of all races showed it too vividly. Lin Youyu is in such a bad mood because his mentality has not yet completely changed. Certainly, it could also be that she has people she cares about and is worried about them. For example, her parents. Lin Youyu's parents are not in their area. It seems that the division of these areas in the 10,000 races battlefield is really random. It does not consider whether you are in the same area before entering the 10,000 races battlefield. Instead, it directly shuffles the tens of billions of people on the blue star and divides them into 1,000 parts for deployment. The area where Gu Shaoshang and the others were located was also very chaotic. White people, black people, yellow people, all kinds of people. It's just that there are more yellow people. But not all of them are originally from Dragon Country. People who originally belonged to the Dragon Country accounted for about 40% of the yellow people in their area. The next ones are the people from the Third Brother's side. Not a few. Even on the battlefield of all races, there is still a big gap between people from different countries. Lin Youyu himself is the same in this regard. When she pays attention to the messages in the chat channel, she will pay more attention when she sees people with a tone similar to that of her own country. But she will pay more attention when she sees some avatars of white or black people. Basically just glance over it and skip it. I didn't even look closely at what they said. Maybe. There are still some people alive who were unlucky at the beginning. Lin Youyu nodded in response, seeming to agree with Gu Shaoshang's statement. I'm sorry, Brother Gu, I'm a little sad. Lin Youyu was a little embarrassed at this time and said to Gu Shaoshang, it's mainly because I saw this information when I woke up today. Now, many people are already banding together for warmth. It said that a lone wolf simply can't survive in the battlefield of all races. Brother Gu, is this really the case? For most people, this is indeed true. Gu Shaoshang nodded and said, but for the truly strong, banding together will only expose their cowardice. Only cattle and sheep travel in herds, but wild beasts always walk alone. Although the battlefield of all races is based on races, the ones who truly determine the status of race are always the small group of strong people who stand at the top of the race. Chapter 31, 13th level. B-level damage is deeper. CH 31. Gu Shaoshang is not opposed to sticking together for warmth, but that is under the premise that their own strength is weak and they cannot ensure their own safety. If you can live well alone, why do you need to bring a bunch of burdens with you? Addicted to babysitting? Well, Brother Gu, you are right. Lin Youyu thought for a moment and then suddenly smiled and said, I was a little too stubborn just now. I instinctively put myself in the shoes of those people. But in fact, I am completely different from them. That's right. Lin Youyu was indeed getting stuck in a rut. She insisted on putting herself into other people's perspectives to think about problems. But in fact, her own situation is completely different from those people. Not to mention Gu Shaoshang, who is cheating. Lin Youyu himself possesses the incredible SSR-level talent of immortality. With 100 chances to revive every day, she has countless possibilities to try and make mistakes. Not like others. Once you die, you're dead. There's no possibility of coming back again. Therefore, there is absolutely no need for Lin Youyu to put himself in those people's shoes. They're unable to ensure their own safety. So they need to stick together and gather more people to concentrate each other's strength. Does Kellen need any fish? There is absolutely no need for that. In fact, the biggest disadvantage of banding together for warmth in the battlefield of all races is how to distribute experience points. After all, this is not a game, so there is no such thing as forming a team. In fact, whoever gets the final blow gets the experience points. This situation is fine when you are alone. The most you can do is adjust the experience value distribution ratio between yourself and the hero. But once multiple humans from Blue Star gather together, it will naturally appear that some people get more experience points and some get less. Maybe the problem won't show up so quickly for a while, but those who have less experience points will definitely have a thorn in their hearts. And this thorn will explode sooner or later. It's just a question. There are many other issues that need to be dealt with carefully. Gu Shaoshang thought that he didn't have enough time to focus on dealing with these things. If he had the time, he might as well find a few more ferocious beasts to kill. 7 a.m. Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu, who came out of the shelter, entered the redwood forest in the north again. Gu Shaoshang's goal today is to reach level 14. If you're lucky. Level 15 is not impossible. They entered the forest in the morning and soon encountered 2 crocodile lion beasts doing something. Lin Youyu looked at it with wide eyes, somewhat curious, a little surprised expression on his face. So that's how it is. There was a look of sudden enlightenment in her eyes. But Gu Shaoshang was not so curious. After taking a look, he first gave himself a layer of buff, which increased his health by 50% to 285 points. Then he tiptoed around to another direction, sneaked up and slashed the male crocodile lion beast's weak defense in the abdomen with 2 slashes. Phew! The 2 cross-shaped slashes were chopped down, showing the crocodile lion beast a heart-wrenching skill on the spot. Roar! The crocodile lion beast, which was originally immersed in it, suddenly let out a painful wail. But Gu Shaoshang didn't have the slightest sympathy. He immediately swung his sword upwards, and the next second a black thing flew out. The male crocodile lion beast, which had already been severely injured, died instantly. Your husband is dead, so you better go down and accompany it obediently. Gu Shaoshang flicked the blood bead on the blade of the sword, sneered, and slashed at the female crocodile lion beast that had just stood up in front of him. 1 minute later, the female crocodile lion beast, whose fighting power was greatly reduced, was ruthlessly killed by Gu Shaoshang. Pity. Of the two crocodile lion beasts, only the male one is level 11, while the other female one is only level 10, so the experience points given are not much. Brother Gu, why are you so anxious to fight me? Lin Youyu came over at this time, patted Gu Shaoshang's arm with an air of superiority, then turned around and went to collect the corpses of the two crocodile lion beasts. Gu Shaoshang. He was stunned for a moment before he realized what Lin Youyu meant. I was suddenly at a loss whether to laugh or cry. All morning, Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu have been searching for ferocious beasts to hunt in the outer areas of the redwood forest. It seems that there's only one ferocious beast in this area, the crocodile lion beast. Maybe ferocious beasts also have a sense of territory. Once a group of ferocious beasts occupies an area, ferocious beasts from other groups will no longer approach this area. Certainly, the territory of ferocious beasts is not absolutely fixed. Once a stronger tribe sets its eyes on the territory of another ferocious beast tribe, it is also likely to seize it. The defeated group can only exit in disgrace, or they will become snacks for other ferocious beasts. The area occupied by the crocodile lion beast tribe is quite large, and Gu Shaoshang has also walked through a large area from yesterday to today. But they still did not leave their territory. Around 9:30 in the morning, Gu Shaoshang once again killed a level 12 crocodile lion beast. Gained 100 experience points. Now he can only get 80 experience points for killing a level 11 crocodile lion beast. Level 10 is even worse. Only 60 points. It's only level 12 and can bring him 100 experience points. With these 100 experience points in hand, Gu Shaoshang's body was also covered in a golden light. A flash of golden light meant that he had leveled up again. Level 13. Gu Shaoshang opened his character panel with a look of surprise and looked at the talent. Increased damage. As for the changes in attributes, what's so good about having all attributes +1? Damage enhancement. Be the damage caused by each skill you use increases by 80%, and skill consumption is reduced by 60%. After the damage amplification talent is upgraded to level B, the damage increase to the skill is doubled again. The increase effect reached 80%. This means that Gu Shaoshang's 2-stage slash could only deal 140% damage, but now it can deal 252% damage. At the same time, the consumption is also reduced by 60%. The consumption of the 2nd stage slash is originally very small. It only costs 10 mana per use. Now, it only costs 4 mana. Even with Gu Shaoshang's poor mana recovery speed, it would only take 4 minutes. It's almost there. With one more level, this talent will be able to reach A level. By then, there should be another significant improvement. But what I'm really looking forward to is the S-level damage amplification talent after reaching level 15. I wonder what new effects it will add. Gu Shaoshang was extremely looking forward to it. Now that he has reached level 13, he needs 1,000 experience points to level up again. With luck. In fact, there are only 10 level 13 crocodile lion beasts. But what if you're unlucky? I don't know how many heads I will have to kill. It's best not to encounter a level 10 crocodile lion beast again. If Gu Shaoshang kills that thing now, he can only get 40 experience points. What a loss. Chapter 32, Explosive Performance Increase. Liu Qingyuan Alliance. Oh no, I got fooled. CH 32. From 9:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock noon. During the 2.5 hours, Gu Shaoshang found 7 more crocodile lion beasts one after another. After killing them all, gained 440 experience points. Among them, there's only one level 13 crocodile lion beast. There are 3 level 10 monsters. It's also bad luck. But Gu Shaoshang's luck was average, but Lin Youyu was lucky again and found a bronze treasure chest behind tree. Not to mention a lot of survival supplies after opening the treasure chest. There are also several green-grade equipment, and most importantly, a blue-grade longsword. The sword was too long for Lin Youyu. With a length of more than 1.6 meters, it is much taller than Lin Youyu. Lin Youyu waved it around a few times but felt it was not very comfortable. So in the end, it was given to Gu Shaoshang. Gu Shaoshang simply let his black-sheathed sword devour it. As a result, his black-sheathed longsword was also upgraded to blue quality. Nameless long sword quality. Blue, strength +5. Agility +3. Features: attack will cause 3 points of bleeding per second, lasting for 30 seconds. After the quality was upgraded to blue, the total attribute increase of the black-sheathed longsword reached 8 points. This is also the standard value for blue quality equipment. Besides, there is also an additional feature, bleeding, although it only causes 3 points of bleeding damage per second. But if it lasts for 30 seconds, it will deal a full 90 points of damage. To a certain extent, it also improved Gu Shaoshang's efficiency in killing monsters. Now his efficiency in killing monsters has improved a lot compared to when he was level 12. One is this black scabbard longsword that has been upgraded to blue quality. The other is the consumption reduction brought by the B-level damage enhancing talent. With a mana consumption of 4 points each time, Gu Shaoshang can use the double/42 times at a time when his mana is full. Even a level 13 Crocodile Lion Beast could not withstand Gu Shaoshang's 10 double-slash attacks. So a battle doesn't require 42 times, and 10 double strikes only consume 40 mana points. It can be fully replenished in 40 minutes. The efficiency of killing monsters has increased immediately. 12 noon, Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu rested for a while and ate something. Then Lin Youyu looked at some messages sent by everyone in the regional chat channel for a while. Brother Gu, I saw some people really got together. How do you think they did it? At this time, Lin Youyu suddenly raised his head and looked at Gu Shaoshang beside him and said, "You should know, they haven't encountered a single human from Blue Star in the past few days. Those people just said they wanted to form an alliance in the morning, but they successfully met at noon. Isn't this too fast? It should be a talent, right?" Gu Shaoshang thought for a moment and guessed, maybe one of them has a talent for space teleportation, but it shouldn't be something that could be used casually. There may be certain prerequisites to lock onto a certain person or location. Isn't this talent amazing? Lin Youyu was surprised. If talents like space teleportation can be used at will in battle, then the ability to save lives will be absolutely amazing. It's hard to say. It depends on the specific situation. If it takes a long time to activate, then using it in battle would be tantamount to seeking death. Gu Shaoshang shook his head and said, at the same time, deep in the desert in Area 621, there are some ruins of buildings here, some of which are still relatively intact and look barely habitable. At this time, a layer of blue magic barrier covered the area. Outside the barrier, one could see some monsters that looked like scorpions but were bigger than tigers wandering around the barrier, and they seemed reluctant to leave. There are so many of them. There are hundreds or even thousands. If Gu Shaoshang saw this, he would drool with envy. If he kills all these ferocious beasts, how many levels can he reach? At this time, inside the blue magic barrier, a figure wearing a magic cloak was holding a Personheim magic staff in his hand to maintain the operation of the entire magic barrier. Not far from him, a man in his 30s, with good temperament and appearance, was muttering something slowly while maintaining a certain posture with his hands. A few minutes later, a golden magic circle formed under the man's feet. With a flash of golden light, a figure appeared among them. Phew, I'm so tired. The transmission was successful, and Liu Qingyuan relaxed from his originally tense state. After rubbing his forehead uncomfortably, he introduced the situation here to the person who was still a little confused after being teleported. "Mr. Liu, are all the others here?" The visitor asked curiously. He was also one of the people who chose to join the alliance formed by Liu Qingyuan. He has B-level talent, and his initial hero is also B-level, so his luck is pretty good. "Well, they're all outside. You can go and have a look," Liu Qingyuan said to the man. Currently, there are more than 100 people who have chosen to join his alliance. This also means that at least hundreds of Blue Star humans with dual item C level or above have become his allies. To this, although Liu Qingyuan has an A-level talent, His talent is not suitable for combat, so he is naturally very happy. Don't underestimate him because he is a double A-level big shot. But in reality, life is not easy. This can be seen just by looking at the many ferocious beasts surrounding the magic barrier. If it weren't for the fact that the initial hero under his command happened to know a barrier magic with a psychedelic effect, his body would have been eaten to pieces by now. Okay, I'll go take a look. The man nodded and walked out of the building. At this time, quite a few people have gathered near the blue magic barrier outside the building. They all joined Lin Youyu's alliance and came together to keep each other warm. There are so many ferocious beasts. How much experience points would I get if I killed them all? Kill them all? Are you kidding me? Look at the levels of these beasts. None of them are lower than level 15. I even saw a level 27 beast. What can you use to kill them? I now finally understand why Lin Youyu is so active in forming this alliance. It turns out that he wants to bring us here to save his life. Okay, stop complaining. You're not going to regret it now that you're here. Look at it from a positive perspective. At least Lin Youyu does have a good way to save his life. His orc magician seems to be very powerful. How can an A-level hero not be strong? Their initial attributes are all 40 plus 50, and when they level up, all their attributes increase by 6. They are much stronger than our C-level initial heroes. Don't be envious. We are all on the same page now. Let's first think about how to cooperate and deal with these ferocious beasts. Look, there's another new person being deceived. Chapter 33, New Discovery of Ferocious Beasts. The Shore's herd of ferocious beasts. CH 33. The man who had just come out of the building looked at the pairs of eyes looking at him and swallowed subconsciously. Hello. My name is Zhang Yu. I'm 27 years old, and I'm... Zhang Yu subconsciously introduced himself, but he was interrupted halfway through his speech. Okay, there's no need to introduce too much. Just talk about the talents and hero levels. The person who interrupted Zhang Yu said with some impatience. Zhang Yu couldn't help but frown. Why was the atmosphere here different from what he had imagined? You do not say. These people were all very happy when they came here, but when they got here they found out that they were cheated. It would be strange if they were in a good mood. The key is they can't go back. When they came, they traded a personal item on their body to Lin Youyu through the trading market. Then, Lin Youyu would use this personal item to teleport them here from all over the world. Do you want to go back? Lin Youyu simply doesn't have this ability. The most he could do was to initiate a random teleportation, but who knows where the random teleportation would take them. If they were thrown directly into a group of high-level ferocious beasts, wouldn't they be sending themselves to their deaths? So these people were full of anger, so naturally they spoke in a more aggressive tone. Zhang Yu doesn't understand the situation yet. Otherwise, he would be like these people. Starting from morning, people began to be teleported to Lin Youyu's side one after another. There weren't many people at the beginning. Everyone felt extremely uneasy, but gradually, more and more people are coming. Soon there were more than 100 people. At this time, they looked at the ferocious beasts outside the magic barrier and suddenly felt that these beasts were not so scary. After all, this is not the first day they have come to the battlefield of all races. The strength has been improved to a certain extent. The highest level among them is even over level 15, and not just 1 or 2, but more than 10 or 20. After all, those who can come here are the elites in their area. Finally, by around 1 p.m., the last person arrived. Lin Youyu, whose mana had been exhausted several times, could finally stop. It's finally over. Now that so many people have come, it should be okay, right? Thinking of the group of ferocious beasts outside, Lin Youyu couldn't help but feel a tingling sensation on his scalp. But it's also his fault. It was because he was too greedy that he attracted so many ferocious beasts at once. If it weren't for the powerful initial heroes under my command, he had already paid the price of his greed with his life. Fine, his mind was flexible enough, and he quickly thought of a way out of the impasse based on last night's situation. And now, everyone has arrived. Next, it depends on whether these people are strong enough. Let's go out and talk to them. I guess they're scolding me right now, right? Yuan laughed secretly a few times. He also knew that he had deceived these people by not explaining the situation in advance. But what can he do? If I put it bluntly, how many people would be willing to come over then? I would rather die than let my friend die. For the sake of his own life, Yuan had no choice but to let others sacrifice first. Besides, the current situation is much better than he originally imagined. There are more than 100 of them gathered together now, and it might be possible for them to completely destroy the group of ferocious beasts outside. Around 2 p.m., after Gu Shaoshang killed another crocodile lion beast, he also looked at his experience value progress. Level 13, experience value, 780/1000. I still need 220 experience points. I can definitely reach level 14, but level 15 is unlikely. Gu Shaoshang thought the same thing after taking a glance. Reaching level 14 today is not a problem at all. But at level 15 it's hard, or basically impossible. Just then, Brother Gu come quickly. At this moment, Lin Youyu in front suddenly ran over and waved and shouted at Gu Shaoshang. Gu Shaoshang ran over in confusion and was then pulled by Lin Youyu through a bush. The next second, the vision in front of my eyes suddenly became clear. In the distance is the endless sea, and under your feet is a slope that extends downward for hundreds of meters. It is a grassland at the beginning, but turns into a beach later. The beach is very long, and you can't see the end when you look to the right. On the left side, a few kilometers away from here, you can see an upward slope. Below the slope is a large flat beach. The overall shape is C-shaped and the range is huge. On the top of the slope is a green grass. No matter how you look at it, it looks like the wilderness scene that Gu Shaoshang and his friends saw when they came here. So, if they walked to the other side of the wilderness where they were before, they could reach the beach over there directly. However, if it was just a huge beach, there would naturally be nothing to pay attention to, and Lin Youyu would not deliberately pull him over. The real reason why Lin Youyu couldn't wait to pull him over was actually the ferocious beast lying on the beach to rest. Gu Shaoshang looked around and saw that the beach was full of these ferocious beasts with green-brown skin and dorsal fins on their backs. They look a bit like fish, but it has limbs that can walk on land and even claws. The surface of the skin is smooth and can even reflect light in the sun. In terms of size, it is even larger than the crocodile lion beast and looks extremely hideous and ferocious. These are leopard fish. Lin Youyu introduced in a low voice. Abalone. Gu Shaoshang looked stunned. Is this abalone? It's not that abalone. Lin Youyu knew Gu Shaoshang was mistaken when he saw his expression and quickly explained, it's a leopard, just like the crocodile lion beast before. It feels like a hybrid monster. The previous crocodile lion beast looked like a combination of a crocodile and a lion. And these leopard fish? It looks like a combination of fish and leopard. It looks weird and ferocious. The leopard fish is a ferocious beast between level 10 and 20, and its strength should be similar to the previous crocodile lion beast. Lin Youyu held the survival manual in his hand and introduced the situation of these leopard fish to Gu Shaoshang, according to the information in the biological atlas. Although the name of the leopard fish beast sounds funny, its strength is not bad at all. The key is this stuff swarms. Not only do they appear in large groups, they also like to lie on the beach to rest. What Gu Shaoshang and the others saw was actually a scene of many groups of leopard fish beasts gathered together. Gu Shaoshang made a rough calculation. The number of leopard fish beasts on this visible beach alone is at least several thousand. If they were all killed, even if Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu were both upgraded to level 20 or even level 22, it would not be a problem at all. Chapter 34, The Forest Has Fish. Please go kill the enemy. Short little legs can also run very fast. CH 34. The edge of the redwood forest on the seaside. At this time, Gu Shaoshang and Lin Youyu, who were hiding in the bushes, were observing the leopard fish beasts on the beach in the distance. Although leopard fish beasts gather in small groups, they do not like to act alone like crocodile lion beasts. But perhaps because of their size, or because there is enough space on the beach, the distance between each leopard fish beast is not particularly close. There is at least a distance of 10 meters between them. At this distance, if Gu Shaoshang rushed forward directly, he would be seeking death. But what if we attract them one by one? Even if he accidentally attracted 2 or 3 at once, Gu Shaoshang felt that he could still fight them off. Just not too much. After listening to Gu Shaoshang's plan, Lin Youyu suddenly rolled his eyes and said, "Let me go, Brother Gu. I'm faster than you, and I still have 16 free attribute points that I won't use. If I put them all into agility, my maximum speed can reach 9.9 meters per second. By then, these monsters won't be able to catch up with me." Let Lin Youyu lure the monster? Gu Shaoshang thought about it for a moment and felt that it was feasible. First of all, what Lin Youyu said was right. Her movement speed was indeed faster than Gu Shaoshang. Gu Shaoshang's current fastest movement speed is only 7.3 meters per second, even with the bonus from equipment taken into account. Even if Lin Youyu did not use up those 16 free attribute points, his speed could still reach 8.3 meters per second, which was 1 meter per second faster than Gu Shaoshang. Although it is unclear how fast these leopard fish beasts move on land, these guys are ultimately better at moving in water, so their running speed on land should not be very fast. Secondly, it is because Lin Youyu has the gift of immortality. With 100 chances to revive every day, she has too many opportunities to try and make mistakes. It won't be the case that one wrong move will lead to a complete loss of the whole game. Okay, but you don't need to add any more points yet. Try to see if you can lure them over at your current speed. If not, it won't be too late to add more points. Gu Shaoshang nodded and said to Lin Youyu beside him. Hearing this, Lin Youyu happily nodded in agreement. She had long wanted to help Gu Shaoshang more. Every time there was a fight, she could only hide and watch from afar, feeling a little uncomfortable. Now, she was finally able to help Gu Shaoshang in some way. This made Lin Youyu very happy. In addition to collecting the corpses of the ferocious beasts after the battle, she could finally help in other ways. After assigning the tasks, Lin Youyu walked out of the bushes under Gu Shaoshang's encouraging gaze. She first picked up a few stones nearby and held them in her hand, then carefully approached the beach in front. Because the beach is very large, Lin Youyu must enter the beach to move. Otherwise, if the distance is too far, she is afraid that she will not be able to attract the attention of these leopard fish beasts. Almost. Lin Youyu stopped about 100 meters away from the nearest leopard fish beast. These leopard fish beasts probably have no natural enemies in this area, so they all lie on the beach, basking in the sun, looking drowsy. Even when Lin Youyu approached here, it did not attract their attention. At this time, with a bang, a small stone flew over from a distance and accurately hit one of the leopard fish beasts that was lying down to rest. The leopard fish beast is huge in size. Even when lying on the ground, it is nearly 2 meters tall. Its body length is more than 5 meters. It gives people a strong visual impact when viewed from a distance. At this moment, the leopard fish beast, which was sunbathing comfortably with its eyes closed, suddenly felt something hit its head. The puzzled leopard fish beast opened its small eyes, revealing a pair of cold, dark, golden vertical pupils, and swept its surroundings coldly. The next second, the leopard fish beast's eyes immediately locked onto the figure 100 meters ahead. Human? The not-so-smart brain of the leopard fish beast could only barely tell that the other party was a human being, and that he looked thin and small and should be very weak. The next moment, this tall leopard fish beast slowly stood up from the beach, and its huge and ferocious body was immediately visible. Gulp! Lin Youyu couldn't help swallowing when he saw this scene. The next second, bang! She threw another stone, which hit the leopard fish beast's forehead accurately again. There was a hint of surprise in the leopard fish beast's small eyes. Can be followed closely. This hint of surprise quickly turned into an icy and ferocious look. Roar! Feeling provoked, the leopard fish beast roared and rushed towards Lin Youyu. Lin Youyu also turned around and ran, quickly running towards the edge of the forest in front. On the beach, some leopard fish beasts that were resting nearby opened their eyes and took a look after hearing the noise, then closed their eyes again with a look of disinterest. It's just a skinny little prey. At most, it can fill their teeth. Besides, they were not hungry at the moment, so they were too lazy to compete with their angry fellow tribesmen for the meat. Brother Gu, the big fat fish is coming. Lin Youyu's two short legs flew up and rushed into the bushes in front of him at a very fast speed. The next second, bang, a huge monster attacked, and its pitch-black claws instantly grabbed Lin Youyu's back. Just then, a figure rushed over from the side, stood in front of the huge monster, and took the attack on behalf of Lin Youyu. Gu Shaoshang only felt a huge force transmitted from his arms, and the next second he was sliding backwards, sliding 2 or 3 meters before stopping. Roar! The huge body tore through the bushes, and this level 13 leopard fish beast roared and opened its bloody mouth to bite towards Gu Shaoshang. Two-stage slash. Gu Shaoshang was well prepared. He instantly drew his sword and made a double slash. The sharp black-sheathed sword cut out a beautiful cross-shaped sword shadow in the air. The next second, a huge wailing sound was heard. The leopard fish beast that had just tried to bite off half of Gu Shaoshang's body was now retreating in a panic with blood all over its face, and a look of fear was revealed in its small eyes. So ferocious beasts can also be afraid? Gu Shaoshang sneered, then moved his feet and instantly chased after it, directly chasing after the leopard fish beast and chopping it. The leopard fish beast's ability to move on land was indeed restricted. Its movement speed is at most about 8 meters per second, not much faster than Gu Shaoshang. What's more, its face was injured at this time, and the torn wound continued to cause it severe pain, making it impossible to run at full speed. Soon, Gu Shaoshang caught up with the leopard fish beast. Two-stage slash 5. The black-sheathed sword in Gu Shaoshang's hand was swung impenetrably, and the frequency of his attacks when he used his skills was far more than what was shown on the panel. On average, 2 double-segment blows landed on the leopard fish beast every second. Chapter 35, Level 14, a level talent damage, is even deeper, CH 35, but for a moment, the leopard fish beast that made a wailing sound fell heavily to the ground. There was also a large pool of blood under his body. Gu Shaoshang frowned. The blood of this leopard fish beast has a strange smell. It smells bad. Experience plus 100. The level 13 leopard fish beast gave Gu Shaoshang 100 experience points. There is no difference between it and the crocodile lion beast of the same level. But in comparison, Gu Shaoshang would rather deal with the leopard fish beast. Because this guy doesn't have scales like the crocodile lion beast, it is so easy to chop him. There's no need to pick out any weak points in defense because his whole body is full of weak points in defense. This guy might be even more troublesome than the crocodile lion beast in the water and extremely difficult to deal with. But here we are on the shore. What Gu Shaoshang was bullying was that the leopard fish beast's combat effectiveness on land was far inferior to that in water. Don't say anything despicable or not. If you don't take advantage of a good opportunity, you're a bastard. Brother Gu, the meat of this big fat fish stinks. Lin Youyu ran over after Gu Shaoshang finished the battle, and with a smile, he used his gathering skills to decompose the body of the leopard fish beast.
No more novels? Take part in the voting. The most requested novels and those with the most likes will be chosen for publication on euroaudiobooks.com. There, I can upload as much as I want without the risk of receiving a strike. Our 18 novels and other content that exceed what is morally acceptable are only published on Patreon or the free novels page. Remember, the site is funded by donations on Ko-fi and Patreon memberships.